Hello, welcome everybody. Welcome to this new video. My name is Myro or Robin, whatever you want, whatever you prefer. Welcome to this new video. Another reacting video to Vaatividya's Bloodborne videos, basically. And I want to, as I previously stated in a previous video, I want to learn more about the Bloodborne lore. So today we are going to watch the Bloodborne lore hunting, the Beast Hunt video from Vaatividya. So I am actually super excited for that. And it is a short video, so we might squeeze in another one that's related to the Bloodborne DLC, Hunt for the Moonlight Greatsword. But that depends. Let's first watch this video and let's let's dive into it. All right, let's start.
Every Souls seek pale blood to transcend the hunt.
I'm excited.
Every Souls game begins with a goal. Slay the archdemons, ring the bell of awakening, seek the king. And yet, in all of those stories, those goals were not the end. They didn't hold the answers we were looking for, but they did set us on the right path, and it was on the path to these goals that we found our answers. Bloodborne is no different, so we seek the pale blood.
Pale blood, you say? Never heard of it. But if it's blood you're interested in, you should try the Healing Church. The church controls all knowledge on blood ministration and all varieties of blood.
Blood ministration is the art of using blood for healing. In a time before the events of the game, the Healing Church became immensely powerful due to the healing qualities of their special healing blood. Somehow they had created or found a blend that could cure any illness. And so, as you would expect, travelers from far and wide journeyed to Yharnam, seeking this special blood to cure their illnesses. Gilbert is one of these travelers. He mentions that what ailed him was incurable, but that the special blood bought him time. We ourselves were administered with Yharnam blood in the opening cutscene, and many sources say that we had an incurable disease as well. Blood became the focus of worship and desire, and the church was at the center of it all. The pungent blood cocktail item states that, in Yharnam, they produced more blood than alcohol, as the former is more intoxicating.
You said that last time as well.
All was likely well for a time, for the church had time to grow more powerful, and the Yharnam blood had time to gather a reputation. But then, it became clear that the blood was tainted. The art book states that...
So basically, before he says anything, what I'm getting at is, if the blood is tainted, that means basically that blood turned everyone else maybe like into a beast or anything?
The healing blood gave rise to the endemic nightmare known as the Scourge of the Beast, and the men who had imbibed the blood began to turn. Arms lengthened, hair grew, bloodthirst rose, and when we arrive in Yharnam, we find that there are very few humans left. Coffins line the streets, and it's clear that death had become a new part of the daily routine. Frantically, the church rallied together a force to fight the beast outbreak. By inspection of the Yharnam hunter cap, we learn of the cleric Ludwig, the first hunter of the Healing Church.
And one of the best bosses in the whole fucking game.
Ludwig recruited the men of Yharnam to serve as hunters. This hunter's attire was made for new recruits, but it was not nearly enough to allow ordinary men to stand any real chance against the beasts. And yet, Ludwig's influence is seen throughout Yharnam in the hunt that is carried out by the men of the town each night. With steel and fire, the men of Yharnam fought the beasts. Since the tragedy that struck old Yharnam, fire has become a staple in the beast hunts, and is thought to cleanse impurity. Certain types of beasts also have an abnormal fear of flame. The Molotov cocktail is one of the oldest hunter tools in the workshop. Sometimes, when hunters burn beasts, they appear intoxicated by the euphoria of purification. Despite all these hunts, Ludwig's attempts to rally the men of Yharnam backfired in a way. Those who engaged in the beast hunt became overwhelmed with fear and bloodlust, and their transformation into a beast was, ironically, fast-forwarded. Different men turn into different beasts, and most men of Yharnam are half-turned, patrolling the streets in a hunt that may never end. The sane Yharnamites hide indoors, and, as you've probably experienced, they spurn the outsider stupid and...
Here we go again. The worst creature in all the game. In every single game. Dogs.
enough to be caught outside on the night of the hunt. We fight our way through the moonlit streets, trying to find this valley to the east of Yharnam and the great bridge that will lead us to the cathedral ward.
Normally they wouldn't let you near the place, but the hunt is on tonight. This might be your chance.
Just imagine that because you're playing Bloodborne and they're talking about the hunt, if you were thinking realistically, then the whole game within the game basically is played within like a whole day, right? Not in the span of multiple days. Interesting. At least that's what I think. Or feel.
Ludwig was the first of many healing church hunters to come, many of whom were clerics. As it was, clerics turned into the most hideous beasts.
Oh my god.
The cleric beast leaps from the cathedral ward, and we fight what became of the first church hunter, Ludwig. Take from this encounter that to be close to the church is to transform into a more complex beast. Perhaps the more insight you have into the church's doings, the more complicated your transformation. It's something worth keeping in mind as we continue to explore, because this theme continues. After the cleric beast is defeated, one can obtain the Hunter Chief Emblem, an item that belonged to the captain of the church hunters long ago. It opens one of the main church gates in the church courtyard, which would close behind Ludwig every time he embarked on Yharnam to engage in the hunt. It would then open upon presentation of the Hunter Chief Emblem, but that gate has been closed ever since, for Ludwig became the cleric beast.
Oh, really?
And even though Ludwig gave his own humanity to lead the hunt.
So if Ludwig became the cleric beast, then who became Ludwig in the DLC? It's confusing.
The villagers saw only the church's abandonment. This note you find reads, "When the hunt began, the healing church abandoned us, blocking the great bridge to the cathedral ward, as they burned old Yharnam to the ground that moonlit night. When we go across it, the great bridge is of course still blocked, so we have to find a different way to the cathedral ward. On our path through the sewers, we meet Eileen, a veteran hunter who tells us,
A hunter must hunt.
that tonight is one of the worst hunts she's ever seen.
Prepare yourself for the worst. There are no humans left. They're all flesh-hungry beasts now.
You'll notice that she stands beside an incense lantern. The incense spreads a scent that repels beasts. They're commonly found outside of the homes of the sane, experienced Yharnamites. Wherever you see a lantern, there is safety from the beasts, and the people who hide inside are safe as long as they have a store of this incense. We come across another lantern later, which protects a little girl from the horrors outside.
Are you a hunter? I just threw a look for my mum. Daddy never came back from the hunt, and she went to find him, but now she's gone too.
Her father is a man named Gascoigne, who went on a hunt and never returned.
Oh
We
boy.
find him here, at the end of the sewers, in the tomb of Odin, harvesting the blood of beasts. Gascoigne is the perfect example of a man gone mad from the hunt. He's forgotten his child, he's killed his wife, and we also have to remember that those of the church turn into the most hideous beasts. Hunter
A hideous
attire
beast he
worn by
is.
Father Gascoigne. The dingy scarf was once a holy shawl and a symbol of the healing church, from which Gascoigne would eventually part ways. Father is a title used for clerics in a foreign land, but there is no such rank in the healing church. Gascoigne's attire is similar to the hunter garb that was created at the workshop, only it's tainted by a pungent beastly stench that eats away at him. So why did Gascoigne leave the church? Was it to raise this family that he had at home, or was it because he found he disagreed with the new church's teachings? There is much more to the healing church than that seems.
You're sure to be in a fine haze about now, but don't think too hard about all of this. Just go out and kill a few beasts. It's for your own good. You know, it's just what hunters do.
It's just what hunters do. Wow. That's it of the video? Interesting. Okay. So that clears a lot of things up, but gives you also a bit more questions, especially if you don't know much about the lore of the game. We'll watch the next video. Let's see which one's now gonna be Bloodborne DLC Hunt for the Moonlight Greatsword. We're gonna watch that the next time. So I thank you for watching. I really appreciate that you got this far, and be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. I'm also uploading VODs from my Twitch streams on YouTube for if people miss anything or if want some background noise, if they don't have streamers on going while doing some stuff, whatever. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment maybe if you want to talk more about this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.